There's this really weird paradox out there. You can be the absolute best in your class, have all the qualifications, all the degrees, and still feel totally lost when you step into the professional world. Today, we're going to dig into why that is.
So let me just ask you straight up. You've passed all the exams, you've got the certificates framed on the wall, but that first day in a new corporate job, are you really ready for what's about to hit you? It's a question that honestly trips up way more top performers than you'd think.
And look, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling. It's something people are seeing every day. This quote, wow, it just nails the problem. We've got these brilliant, newly minted chartered accountants who know their stuff cold, but then they walk into the corporate world and suddenly they're struggling. It's a super common story, and it points to this massive disconnect. And that's exactly what we're calling the paradox of the prepared. It's this crazy, unexpected hurdle for people who, on paper, should be the most ready of all. So the big question is, why? Why does this gap between knowing your stuff and being ready for the job even exist?
Well, the diagnosis is actually pretty simple when you think about it. Our entire education system is basically an expert-level machine designed for one thing: to get us to pass exams. It's all about theory and solving problems that have neat, clean answers. But the real corporate world, that is a whole different ballgame.
So let's break that down because this gets to the heart of it all. We're talking about exam smarts versus office smarts. And trust me, these are two totally different worlds, and they require completely different skill sets.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, academic success is all about theory. You learn the rules, you get a problem, you solve it. Simple. But on the other side, corporate success is about practical application, dealing with messy, ambiguous situations, and finding answers to problems that are nowhere in the textbook.
So the question becomes, how do you cross that chasm? You've got to build a bridge to get from theory to practice. And that's exactly where some new, really targeted solutions are starting to pop up.
For example, let's look at a program called Corporate Launchpad. Its whole mission is super direct, no fluff. It's a practical program that's designed to do one thing: take that qualification you worked so hard for and turn it into actual, day-one success in the corporate world.
And what makes this so credible is the guy who started it. The founder, Ronke, isn't just an academic. He has lived this. I mean, look at his background. He's got all the top qualifications, but he also spent 15 years in the corporate trenches at huge companies like Infosys, Wipro, and HCL. He literally designed this program to fill the gaps he saw firsthand.
Okay, so what's actually in this practical toolkit? The main thing to get is that this isn't about cramming more theory into your brain. It's all about mastering what you need to do in the real world.
The whole thing is laid out like a journey. It starts with the very first and maybe most painful step: how to write a resume that someone actually reads. From there, it's about nailing the interview, learning to communicate like a pro, and then surviving those first critical 90 days. Finally, it's about building your own personal brand inside the company. And we're talking about the good stuff here, the skills they just do not teach you in school. Things like how to handle the real technical and behavioral questions you're going to get hit with, how to write an email or give a presentation that actually makes an impact, how to figure out all those unwritten office rules, and yeah, even how to negotiate your salary.
Here's a little detail I find absolutely fascinating. The batch size is just 12. 12 people. So this isn't some massive anonymous lecture. This tells you everything you need to know about their focus on personal coaching and hands-on practice. Everyone gets the attention they need.
And for anyone wondering about the nuts and bolts, it's designed to be pretty accessible. The whole program runs for 6 Sundays in a hybrid format. And again, with that tiny batch size of just 12, it's clear this thing is built to be intensive and super focused.
All right, so let's zoom out. What does the fact that a program like this even exists tell us about the working world today? Because honestly, this is about a lot more than just one profession. What we're really seeing is the rise of a modern-day finishing school for professional careers. It's this growing recognition that your degree, your qualification, that's the starting line. It is not the finish line. There's a whole new layer of practical, hands-on training that's becoming absolutely essential.
And this right here is the biggest takeaway for all of us. This isn't just a story about chartered accountants. It doesn't matter if you're in tech, law, marketing, engineering. This need for practical training after you get the degree is a huge trend. It's all about learning the how once you finally master the what.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. In your industry, what's the hidden curriculum? What are all those unwritten rules and practical skills that your formal education completely skipped over? What's the bridge that needs to be built in your field? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.